It's time for the trackers.
Jump into the Curse Tracker. Probably pretty light, PG-13, right?
It had a decent amount. I didn't realize it was PG-13. I thought it was an R-rated one. So until you mentioned it was PG-13, because it has one fuck in it, but you're allowed one on a PG-13 movie. So we'll get that out of the way. You had one fuck. I think it was at the end when everything was falling apart, but I don't quite remember.
So it was Cage who said the fuck.
Yeah, and I think it was when he was freaking out at maybe the pharmacy or something like that, or when everything was falling apart for him. I don't quite remember where it was. But anyway, so one fuck, one hell.
And again, these are only Nicolas Cage. We don't track everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
We only track our star.
Yeah. One hell in a swear sense, not the noun, proper noun. One goddamn. 6 uses of shit. Which I think is most PG-13 movies. That's the one that gets used a lot, the most.
Yeah.
Just because it's, you can use it in a lot of situations and it's not too bad of a word. But anyway, one asshole, 2 bullshit, which I count separately as shit. Actually, one of them was, one of the uses of bitch was bitchin'. I haven't counted that yet. So 2 uses of bitch. Sorry, this is all over the place. One of the uses was bitching when he comes out of the has this freak out when they first go to the boomer's house, and then he freaks out about the door being open. He's like,
yeah, that's right.
The door was open and everything was bitching.
It was bitching. Yeah. his Tourette's.
Yeah.
Pseudo Tourette's.
3 uses of God as a curse, and then we already said one fuck, and then also 5 uses of pygmies.
Put pygmies in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna
new
count
category.
I just wanted to say pygmies because that's like his swear word that of choice that he uses.
I didn't realize there was 6. That's a lot.
Yeah, so there's
that's a lot more than I thought.
17 total curses in this, which actually is pretty high for a PG-13 movie. I think it's more than Trapped in Paradise. It's more than, obviously, I don't know what other PG-13, I can't remember which PG-13 ones we have. It's more than Wicker Man, which is R-rated.
Yeah. No, that was PG-13. Remember?
Oh, you're right. There was an unrated version, which I think was for the violence. But,
not the bees is in the unrated version.
Yeah. So, 17 curses. That brings our grand total to 429 across 22 movies.
Yeah, because we didn't count Dark, because it's not a movie in more ways than one. Runtime, this was 116 minutes, which is hefty. Puts us, I think it's like eight longest. We've had a lot of long movies this season so far.
Yes, we have.
It's right below Joe, which was 117 minutes. So just under 2 hours. Nudity, finally confirmed Cage ass. There's no debating it. It's not a body double. It's 100%. That's definitely Nick Cage's ass.
Send in the stunt
Very
ass.
exciting. Send in the stunt ass. That actually happened in. I remember seeing that movie where Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher are like hooking up, friends with benefits type of thing.
Friends with benefits, yeah.
She was like, "Yeah, it was a stunt ass. It wasn't my ass." Same thing in Game of Thrones with Cersei when she's doing the walk of shame. That wasn't her when they show her from behind,
double.
Which is weird because they show
the
her
whole thing was a body
breasts
double.
and stuff.
It was still a body double.
Was it really?
Yeah,
they
the whole
CG'd
thing
her
was a
face
body
on it.
double.
Wow.
Yeah.
She said, I mean, she's done Nudity before, but she said it was basically because she couldn't do that scene for that amount of time to be naked in front of that many people all at once and still try to give a performance, I think.
Yeah.
So they just got some
guess I
model
can
or
see
someone
that.
to do it.
You're like
Luke Skywalker.
You're like one of the most famous people at the time. I don't blame you for not wanting to stand in a crowd of a bunch
Yeah,
of
to be
random
naked in front
people.
of like 800 people for a day or two of shooting.
Yeah.
You've earned your time to and right to not have to be put in that situation.
I'll just say that's a shame. Shame. Shame.
God damn
So
it.
total, we have 22 breasts. As we've said many times, most of those were in Dog Eat Dog in that one laptop shot. 2 female asses, 6 male asses, or 3 times as many man asses so far. 1 vagina, 1 penis. Still don't know if I could count that vagina because it was digital. It was Dog Eat Dog. Again, the penis, though, we can definitely count. That was 100% in Mandy. Full on floppy dong. State and country tracker, California again. I think the entire thing was in Los Angeles. So that's now 6 times in California, which is our second highest state behind New York, which we've gone to 7 times. We've done 22 films. 7 of them went to New York at some point.
Dang.
Budget versus gross, $62 million, made $65.6. So that brings our grand total up to $636.5 million budget with $1.383 billion gross. So we're still double, at least, definitely in the green. Overall, this movie did not, it, technically made back its budget, but like we said, you have to make at least double.
2.5.
Yeah.
It's at this point, it's 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Top grossing films now. This is the 6th highest, if you can believe that, out of the 22 that we've done, behind National Treasure, Face Off, Gone in 60 Seconds, Ghost Rider, and Moonstruck, the surprise hit of all those. This one was just above Wicker Man, which made 38.8 on a $40 million budget. So,
yeah. I'm surprised at that. I thought Wicker Man would have been higher, which is funny because it's the first one that we've done or that we covered, so long ago. But now it's like I think about it, like there was a lot of buzz around it, no pun intended, about that movie. But
yeah, but
it did get torn
reamed
apart.
by the critics.
Apart.
So I'm assuming most of that 38 million was opening weekend, and then word of mouth dropped it off a cliff.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised that like the top 5 films. I mean, those are all huge blockbuster films, especially like Face Off. I'm excited to do like The Rock, Con Air because I feel like those should be up there because it feels like they were like right in that time.
They were like 300 million makers.
Yeah, like right in that time, like just really like action heavy. That's what everybody wanted to see, and he bled some of those films that just knocked it out. Well, box office wise, knocked it out of the park.
This was back in the day, it was like Michael Bay was just killing it with these like $300 million makers, on like $50 to $60 million budgets. And that was when he really rose to power with Armageddon and The Rock and all those movies. It was before the $1 billion movies, movies weren't historically making $1 billion back then. I think Transformers made like 700 or something like that. But
it made a ton of money. And then I'm sure once you count home release, like home video, it had to make even more. Because that was like right at the time that HD and Blu-ray were, coming out. And the studios were pimping the hell out of that film.
I feel like those movies, especially Michael Bay movies, were the impetus for that scene in Idiocracy where the biggest blockbuster that year was called Ass, and that's all it was for 2 hours.
Go away, I'm baiting.
Ratings, this was a PG-13. That's 6 PG-13 movies now, and I'm like kind of struggling on what was PG-13. Moonstruck, right? Was PG-13?
It was PG.
Was it PG? Okay. Yeah. Ghost Rider must have been PG-13.
Yeah.
Gone in 60 Seconds. Mm-hmm. So I guess there are a fair amount.
Face Off. Wicker Man.
I think Face Off was R.
Face Off's R.
Is it R?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there was.
Trapped in Paradise
pretty heavy.
Was that PG or PG-13?
Yeah, it was PG-13. Yeah. So that's 6 total. That's our second highest behind R, which we have 9, and then unrated with 5, PG-2. And that leads us to the kill tracker.
This is an easy one for me. 0 kills again. And 0 deaths.
Like he should have killed Angela at the very end and rolled her up in that carpet.
I thought he was going to not hook up, but like meet up with her and then like go get revenge on Frank because maybe she still had contact with where Frank was.
Yeah, then we could make a Matchstick Men sequel.
Yeah.
if it would have made any money, then maybe that would have been a sequel.
And she's like, wait, how did you find Frank? I mean, he's been gone for like 20 years. He's got a rare blood disease, and then finally came out. It's in his blood.
Could have been like Ocean's 11, where in the second one they kind of get what their comeuppance, and after doing the con, like. And then the third one is kind of like making things right again, and even
that's actually not a bad idea. It would be pretty cool, like 20 years later, for them to do a follow up to this.
Yeah,
and it's like complete surprise. Like you just focus on Sam Rockwell's character, and like okay, he's gonna get con, but then the con turns out to be Nicolas Cage, and he's got Pedro Pascal there as Hobby.
Sequel nobody asked for.
Yeah, that nobody wants.
We're
whatsoever.
like, wait, there's a first Matchstick Men?
Ridley Scott,
directed? What the fuck?